morning to Tottenham Tantrum goals as many attacks game classic content and strategy. Today is the day we beat Chelsea. That fingers crossed, legs crossed, everything crossed. Can we reach the League Cup final as ready one hope? We have the biggest cheerleaders in Tottenham fan community. Below me is the man that started it all. He is the Levy out. He is Mr. Levy out. He should have an OBE, an MBE, a CBE. He should be knighted. That man is a saint. He is the Lord of he is the Lord of TTG. He's our general. He's our commander in chief. It's Mr. Brian Daigle. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Thanks, Mark. No, firstly, hello, mate. I need you to see my alarm clock in the morning for positive thinking. Jesus Christ. Perfect. All I have to say is right now, I'm leaving out right now. Not leaving out. This is the underjunk. We're day 12 in the Big Brother house, and Levy's still yet to go to the diary room. My blood is starting to boil, but how are you, lads?
Yeah, we are fine. And down next to you, Brian, is the man who makes the sweetest coffee in London. He is the biggest Jewish Spurs fan around. He is the second in command to Brian. He is everyone's best mate coffee maker. It's Ben Kaufman. How are you, Ben?
Doing all right. We're fueling up for tonight with loads of caffeine, and then we're going to get absolutely plastered later with Mr. Daigle. And
I won't be plastered.
I
won't be raging, but I won't be plastered.
Tonight also we will be having Ben doing his pre-game update before the game. He will be joining us live at half-time with his half-time report, and then he will be joining us at full-time. Good, bad, or the ugly. He will be joining us live.
Hopefully.
If I can get an internet signal in the ground.
Yeah. And also, we apologise about the wood chipper outside. We're at the moment trying to get Daniel Levy, threatening him with a wood chipper till he buys a player or two. So there you go.
Bit of Fargo going on, is it?
Yeah. And the man next to me, well, this man needs no introduction the world over.
We'll leave that as that.
He is the undisputed. He is the undefeated king of KFC.
With KFC. It's getting better.
He is. He will make the Undertaker run out of the stadium going, I need a cheeseburger. He is my mate. He's your mate. It's Goover99. How are you, Goof?
Good here, Dermot. Can't say I'm looking forward to tonight, but I'm dreading it. But
I am. I can't wait. 5-1 done enough. It's another 5-1.
I took a look at Conte's face yesterday, and I just thought we're not winning this. But
all Conte needs is a bit of vodka in him. He'd be grand. A bit of Irish vodka. He'd be grand.
Maybe.
He'd be grand.
I just feel we're going to be looking at the Brian Daigle show come the end of the month.
No. We may be. Yeah, I hope so. But Conte will be happy tonight taking us to a final.
Let's hope so.
No, we are. I am completely and utterly a deluded Tottenham fan. So there you go. Right, shall we get through some of these comments first before we start off?
Okay, let's go for it.
I hit him. You read him.
Oh, buddy.
Carl, good of you to join us, mate.
Good morning, Carl.
Good morning. Today is the day we finally have a bid accepted for someone, and we turn around the score tonight.
Yeah.
To dare us to do. I'm being positive today, as so much negativity about. Good for you, mate. I'm hoping it'll rub off because I'm not feeling great about it. John Fitzpatrick, come on, you Spurs.
Good morning, John.
Big ups. Moondog, good of you to join us again. Good morning, mate.
And thank you again, Moondog, for the donation yesterday. It was very kind of you.
Very kind indeed. Thank you very much. Andrew Bailey, morning, mate. I didn't get your email yesterday. I don't know what's happened there. I'll see what I can do after the show. Let's hope for a Tottenham miracle. Yeah, it feels a bit like that to me, but we could do. Think stranger things have happened.
You want a Tottenham miracle? This is the home of Tottenham miracles here on TTG. We're going to give you that miracle.
Ryan McFarlane, good of you to join us, mate. Morning all.
Hashtag back Bonte. Yeah, back Bonte. I was about to say back Bonte. Back Conte.
And Stephen Cartwright saying, "What a panel! Cheers, mate. Good of you to
I
join us."
know. I am so lucky to be joined by three legends. Absolutely blessed.
Phil, or whoever this is. All right, Mr. Hollywood himself. Big up to the panel. Great group.
Just a sec, lads.
Hello. You see, he's got the Levy Hitman behind him.
No, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Yeah. Either that or he's paying off somebody for something. I'll ask him when he comes back.
Mark Cousins, morning, mate. He said, "Morning, lads. Have we signed anyone yet?"
Yeah, we signed Brian Daigle as Levy's Sturgeon narrator. That's who we signed.
Fair
That
enough.
word didn't come out right, but I think people knew what I meant.
I think we know what you mean, Dermot. It's all right. Graham, morning, mate. He's saying that he's
Tonight, Graham.
Yeah.
He's certainly on the Levy out, Enoch out bandwagon.
Yeah. Graham, sorry, just gonna, I'm going to call him if I can after, but Graham, I'm going to be in the Beehive from about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So if you're getting down to the ground early, I'll be there at the Beehive for about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And also, once I've got the mic, I just want to say a special shout. I don't know if he's watching or anything, but I want to send a big shout out to Jake Livermore. I went and got the 100k, very small, tattooed next to my We Are Tottenham TV yesterday. And as people know, it's Jake Livermore's tattoo parlour. So Jake actually gave We Are Tottenham TV an interview and actually spent about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes with us. And you know what? What an incredible man. An absolute incredible man. Like, we got to see him as a player and unfortunately it didn't work out for him. But Jake Livermore, the man, what a guy. What a guy. Unbelievable. So if he ever does get around to watching this, and I will send him a link, because I've got his number now, I will certainly tell him to watch this. But if anyone's had the pleasure of meeting Jake, they'll know what I'm talking about. A proper man, proper dude.
That's great. Big up Jake Livermore. Was a big fan of his actually when he played for us. I used to love Jake Livermore. Sadly, it didn't work out, club, but but no, I thought he was one of my favourite players when I was younger. Jake Livermore. So big up Jake if you're watching. So you are a legend of Tottenham. Always will be.
Cole Simpson said Levy and Enoch 100% back. Yeah, I think we're all there.
Can I just say, this channel has now become a complete Levy out, Enoch out. Always has been, always will be, to the day they leave. So, and also Tottenham will win tonight.
Andrew Bailey saying going for a 2-0 win on penalties, then a win on penalties.
All right, Ben.
Yep.
Who did you pay off? Come on. Who did you
That's
pay
what I'm
off?
going for.
I've not paid anyone off yet. Not yet.
No, who have you paid off? Is that the referee for tonight who you've just paid off? Give him a few sweetness coffees and that.
I wish he was the referee for tonight because he might beat some players up.
Andrew just replied to me. Didn't get it for some reason, mate. We'll work on that one. I'll have to talk to you after the game, so mate. Are you on the WhatsApp group again? We'll find out.
And if so, Andrew, once you're on there, we'll link you into the TTG group as well. So if you need to get hold of any of us, we're always there for you, mate.
Ryan McFarlane saying we're all deluded Spurs fans, Dermot.
I'm more deluded than a lot of you.
Usually, I've just got a horrible feeling today. I don't know. Moondog saying another poxy transfer window. That's the way I'm feeling.
It is. It's an absolute pants. That's what I
come on. I thought you were the deluded one today. It's going to go well, isn't it?
Right. Well, I have got one fact here, and it's actually I found it this morning. Tottenham have lost just one of their last 5 League Cup home matches against Chelsea. Now, I don't know how that breaks down, but they've just lost one out of their last 5 League Cup home. So,
there's hope.
There's hope.
But we've lost the last 3 league games against Chelsea 2-0.
You would have to be depressed. Just be quiet, Ben. This is optimistic channel, not depressing channel. So you've got to be up for it. We're going to beat Chelsea. We've got royalty on. We have to be happy.
Right. One more to go. Mark Cousins saying, I've just watched the Livermore interview. Fair play.
Yeah, I can't begin to describe to you. I mean, he spoke so openly with us, he did that interview with Ben and Timmy when we first got there. And then he stayed with us for another hour. Whilst I got the tattoo, we were chatting, chilling, talking about other things other than Tottenham and football. Just a genuine, brilliant guy. You don't know what to think of people. Then you hear in the media, and obviously we spoke a bit, and I'm not going to go into it about the problems he had. Because I spoke to him about my mental health and what I do on the channel for the mental health, and he was just so refreshing to speak to. Honestly, he is all the footballers I've met. He would go right up there as probably the second most friendliest next to Gaza. That's how great a guy he was. He was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm just putting on a Tottenham Chelsea game from back in 86-87 just to get some.
Oh, good season for us.
Yeah, it certainly was. Nice little win this one. Big up to Duck Drive One for supplying the video again. If you want to see this game and lots of the other Spurs and England retro matches, as it were, please get over to his channel. You can see it with the original commentary. He's got a big catalogue of games he's uploaded now. Quality on this one seems a little bit off. I might change the game at some point. Doesn't really matter. It's just a bit of background stuff.
Can I just say how shit their ground is?
Well, mate. I was there on Wednesday. Do you know it was my first time at Stamford Bridge? My God, what an absolute cesspool. And I'm choosing my language very carefully at this time of day. It is an absolute, and you think they're in the most exclusive part of London, and Chelsea is known for having all this swag and money. It is the most hideous stadium I think I've ever been to. And I'm not just saying that 'cause it's Chelsea. Honestly, it's so compact. It's so disgusting. The acoustics in there are shocking. I've been there once, and if I was to go there again, it'll be too soon.
That sounds a pretty good advert to me.
I went there back when Ken Bates was in charge, and apparently when all the fencing was up. And it was the night he apparently turned on the electric fence. Well, supposedly he did. And we were just caged in like animals at Stamford Bridge. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. So I've never been back there again and refuse to go back to that dump.
Oh, it's awful.
It is. I tell you, the best away ground I've been to is actually Anfield and Newcastle. James's Park is a great away game.
Newcastle. My favourite stadium. So my favourite stadium in the country is you've just mentioned my favourite too. Like when you go to a night game, you'll never beat hearing the cops sing. You'll never walk alone on a night game. Fact. But I love Newcastle. Full stop. As in the city, it's one of the greatest cities this country has to offer, and the people are incredible. And that stadium and how passionate they are is incredible. I have a real before the buyout, it's got softer, but I have a real soft spot for Newcastle, the city. Used to for Newcastle, the football club.
Yeah, I think everyone's second team is Newcastle, really, isn't it? Really, if you were really being honest, everyone's second team is Newcastle because they do deserve to win something. I mean, their fans, they've gone so long without winning nothing, and their fans do deserve something. So you wouldn't begrudge them a cup. You really wouldn't. But it just won't be this season. Bless them. But no, Anfield, when you hear them sing "You Never Walk Alone" at night, Brian, you're right. It's spine tingling. Absolutely spine tingling. You can say what you like about the Scousers, but there are not a lot of passionate fans. But lovely fans as well. I've had great crack up there in Liverpool fans. Very knowledgeable.
Yep.
And Newcastle as well. Very, they always make you feel welcome.
You do have to separate Liverpool fans from the fans that go game to game, who are the loveliest people on the planet, and the Liverpool fans online, who are toxic. Yeah. The Liverpool the fans I met when I went to the Champions League final on the train to the ground, they were the loveliest people. Everyone shook each other's hand. Good luck for the game, mate. Blah, blah, blah. They're all so lovely. But the ones you meet online are just the most evil people alive.
I tell you, the best game ever, I remember watching back in 77 when they reached their first European Cup final. And it was like everyone sold their car, their fridge, their telly. It was just bloody hilarious. You know, some fella drove over there in a beat up Beetle. I mean, some of the stories you hear when they're trying to make it to Europe, I mean, it is unreal. It really is. But, you know, Tottenham are the best team in the league. Liverpool still shit.
I think that's an ambition to watch Liverpool away in the evening. I've only ever seen it in the daytime. It's still an impressive ground, man. When the cop's in full flow, it's quite something. Trouble is,
Well, I mean,
I only ever see us lose that. That's the
well,
trouble.
this is the thing, Cooper. When you go there, you talk about the 12th man. I mean, for example, when they beat the Filth 4-0 after Arteta had that scuffle with Klopp, the Kop and the rest of the stand just went batshit crazy, and then literally it just goes woof in there, and they literally, it's incredible. It's incredible. And when you go to Liverpool, especially when I started going to Liverpool, it was, when did I start going? Mid 90s. So the passion there and everything, it's just phenomenal. Klopp's obviously rejuvenated it, but it's a very, very intimidating and impressive stadium to go to, especially when you think about the history that stadium has to offer.
I think that's why I said to Simon the other night with the new stadium, I think we missed the old stadium with its history and with its passion and with what it stood for and what it. I understand you have to have new stadiums to move on, but as Jack was saying, I was saying, if we had a better scouting network, I think we could have done that in the old stadium.
But then if we were in the Champions League, we couldn't have White Hart Lane because the stadium's too small.
No, Ben. No, I disagree with you, Ben. If
No,
you had a better,
it's UEFA rules. The stadium has to be minimum 40,000 seaters now.
yeah,
Now it has to be. It has to be. We couldn't have had White Hart Lane and be in the Champions League. We'd have to.
I don't think that's true, Ben.
No, it is true. And the pitch
Yeah,
size.
it's true.
The pitch
When
size
did they
is
bring
too
in that
small.
law?
It's the year we started building the new stadium. They brought that rule in.
Right. So what's the attendance at Anfield?
Well over 40, or that's into the 50.
48,000. That 48,000, isn't it?
So can we have not done what they've done at Old Trafford, built bigger stands? Just
Yeah, no. The thing is, listen, I agree with you wholeheartedly on a hell of a lot of things. There is no doubt that stadium needs to be built. That stadium had to be built. Just the way they financed it, the way they went about it, the lies they told to get it. I'm not even going to get into the Archway Steel company.
No.
The methods of their business, the lies about the funding, the lies about how quickly it was getting done.
Yeah.
They made, don't get me wrong, if there's anything I will say, that stadium is a modern piece of architectural brilliance. Yes, it hasn't got the atmosphere there yet at White Hart Lane, although Conte's starting to, when we're doing good, build that up. But the reason that it's not sounding or feeling like White Hart Lane is because the bastards won't pay to get players in there to make it feel like White Hart Lane and make the fans excited and make the fans interested and make it, yes, we're going for titles or yes, we're going for Champions League. That's the fundamental error. That stadium had to be built. Had to. It's just the way we've gone about it.
I know. I'm just sorry to see the old stadium go. Really.
Oh, we all are, mate. We all are.
I loved that stadium. I grew up in that stadium, going there every
Same
week.
here. I mean, I think they could have called the new one something White Hart Lane until we got the naming rights instead of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They could have called it the new White Hart Lane.
We're still naming rights. That's another thing, but as you say, the naming rights. Jesus Christ! Everyone moves into a stadium and it's got a name, and here we are, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Well, that's goddamn original, isn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Shall we get through some of these comments, Kof?
Yeah, there's just a couple trickling in.
Yeah. Is it that one there? All right. Have we done that one?
My cousin saying I went to Stamford Bridge when it was like the video. What a dump, and we lost.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
It's gone from a dump back in the 80s to a dump back in the 2020s.
Yeah.
Look at it. There's even a car. I forgot they had cars in the state. What the hell is that all about?
Oh, no.
Don't know. Right Hart Lane, good of you to join us again.
Good morning, White Hart Lane. I love his name. That's so cool.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Love it.
Andrew Bailey said, my mate took to Anfield once for a Champions League night. Incredible atmosphere. Yeah. I can well believe that.
You can say what you want about Liverpool, and you really can. But their comeback against AC Milan in Istanbul was probably one of the best matches I've ever seen in the Champions League.
I'd moved to Israel. I'd moved to Israel 2 days before, and I went into a pub that was I was in Tel Aviv, and it was full of people, AC Milan fans, and there was a little English section, just a little, So I obviously joined them. I was still drinking then. Boy, did I get drunk. But that was probably one, like you said, probably one of the best games ever in football for the whole
Yeah,
story, the glamour. I mean,
yeah.
it's unbelievable.
And boy, did he live off that Benitez for the rest of his career.
I think winning a few trophies helps somehow, really, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. It
Mark,
does.
Mark Cousins saying, "I was at Anfield when Cleveland scored the winner in the cup."
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
remember that one as well. We had a little cluster of wins at Anfield from sort of mid '80s until mid '90s, and then it sort of it's evaporated again, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has a bit.
Oh well. Carl Simpson saying, "It's okay, Dermot. We can still call it White Hart Lane. We can.
Yeah. The fans name the stadium, not the team, not the owners. The fans call it.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Ben. I think Levy seems to forget. It was what Stevie Perriman said to us about what Bill Nick said to them. He says, "I will be gone." He says, "You lot will be gone." He says, "The only ones that still be here is the fans, the long-suffering fans." And Bill Nix was spot on. Do you know what I mean? Players come and go, managers come and go, owners come and go. The ones that are the club are the fans. The us lot at the bottom here. They're the people in the comments. They're the people that are going tonight. They're Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, not Daniel Levy and his cheeky mob. Fucking, you can get the Teletubbies. Mr. Blobby probably do a better job, right?
I mean, back to the conversation about best stadiums in the San Siro on a Champions League night. There is no stadium like it. Like the old White Hart Lane, but like triple in size. Like when something was happening, you could feel like whenever a decision went against the home team, every fan is running to the front of the thing and throwing things at them. They're throwing motorcycles off the top of the parapet.
We're never that bad at Tottenham, but we all know they're loonies in Italy. But there you go.
I love that stadium. The San Siro is good. When that stadium gets demolished in the next 3 years, it will be a tear-jerking moment. That is the greatest stadium, I think, in the history of the world in terms of what it stands for.
What was I going to say? Oh, just a bit of breaking news. Actually, this is actually nothing to do with football. But
We've signed someone. We've signed a dinner lady. We've signed a dinner lady.
This is nothing to do with football. I've been following this actually for the last, say, 24, 48 hours. And I was talking to the lads about it beforehand, Ben and Cooven. I know their opinions on this. But there has been, Boris Johnson has actually apologised after admitted he attended the Downing Street garden party in lockdown. Now, I live in Ireland now, and we've been in lockdown a few times over here. And for a politician or anyone that's in charge of anything to break your own rules while people are dying when they couldn't go and see their own relatives. They couldn't even go and see their own mothers, their fathers, their brothers, their sisters. It's absolutely disgusting. And I think that, as I said, we have politicians over here that our TDs over here are twice as corrupt and twice as bad. But from somebody looking over to your country, Coover and Ben and Brian, I think your Prime Minister is an absolute scum of the earth. There's people that couldn't even go and see their own parents and they were dying, and that man should resign out principle. Though he won't, as Ben said, because he's got a majority, and as Coover says, nobody cares. Well, I think it's disgusting, and I think he should.
This is the thing, Dermo. No one is annoyed that he went to a garden party. They're annoyed because he went to a garden party, but they're not allowed to. That's the difference.
Yeah,
I know a guy that went to Florida, and Florida has not had a single lockdown the entire thing, but their COVID numbers are better. They haven't had a lockdown, and they're doing better than us, and that's madness. So there's some truth in it. It's mental, but as we said before we get off the politics, because at the end of the day we are a football show. All politicians lie. The only way you can do it is by be honest with yourself, be honest with the people you know, and make up your own mind. Freedom of thought, freedom of choice, and whatever they do, as long as you're on the right side of the law, no one can touch you. So just keep humble and behave yourself.
Yeah, I just think it's sad because the people can go and see their parents or their mothers or brothers or sisters, and he thinks it's okay. So we'll come off that subject now, but it was just a bit of breaking news. I thought I'd bring in, but I just think it's terrible, and I feel sorry for everyone that lost anyone during the pandemic. We send all our condolences to your families and friends from everyone here. So sorry, I didn't mean to take it off topic, Hoover, but it was just.
No, you know what? I'm sorry, I was just talking to Danny Kiriakou. Danny Kiriakou. It's fundamentally.
What's he free from, apparently? Because I got that bit he was free. He sent a message to Dave's show last night. He says, I'm free now. Is he free from Amsterdam?
Oh, God, no, he's been back for a while. God knows what he was free from. I was just having a quick chat with him because I'm meeting him tonight, obviously.
I think he's free from the girlfriend. I think the girlfriend went home, so now he's free to go back on the stream.
Yeah, but, well, no, the girlfriend went home Sunday. She actually started commenting on our stream on Sunday. But yeah, I've got to say, I just want to quickly say, this thing with Boris, I mean, it's quite frankly abhorrent. The fact that the police said that there's no criminal, they haven't got enough evidence. It was like, well, it's been all over the goddamn news, and surely your job as police is to find evidence. That is your job. That is your sole job. To if you don't, someone doesn't murder someone, go, oh, hello, look, you're looking for me. Here I am. Funnily enough, they do this now. Obviously, where I live in Canada, it's been fundamentally differently handled. Not, I mean, prime ministers having parties. I mean, COVID in general. Like, for instance, COVID. Since it started, we haven't been able to take our face masks off when you get on public transport. If you go into a restaurant, you've got to walk to your table with it on. Once you're at your table, you take it off. And then if you go anywhere else, you sit and all that palaver. But since I was here, on Monday, just gone, we went into brand new restrictions because Ontario are freaking out because we've had 10,000 cases a day. And obviously it's minor when you look at England where it escalates so quickly. But now pubs are closed. Gyms are closed. People are back to homeschooling. Like, they've taken this very, very. I mean, not saying that people in England haven't, but the government have taken this, like, handled it completely differently. Yeah, there's still some people that are anti-vaxxers. Yeah, there's people that still don't abide the rules. But as soon as they see any slight steady incline, it's like, right, lock it down and get this sorted. And the fact that when we were doing this, when we were at the height of it last year, and this prick and his party think they can laugh down at the British people, have a party thinking, oh, it's quite frankly disgusting. It's quite frankly disgusting. Now, I miss being home. I love that I'm here, but I love being in Canada. Believe me, I get more homesick here for Canada than I do when I'm in Canada for here. But it's not because of the people I miss. The country, the way this country is run, I don't miss a damn thing. A damn thing. Apart from actually the fact that whenever you buy anything in Canada, they have the taxes on at the end. So you see something for $25, you go pay for it, and it's like, that's $32. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh yeah, the taxes. But apart from that, the way of life in Canada absolutely smacks the shit out of here. It's just the people, my family in Tottenham that I miss. But yeah, Boris should be. If I was him, I'd step down. In all honesty, it's a disgrace.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I miss about, I mean, Ireland's my home. I'm Irish to the bone. One thing I do miss is Tottenham. Actually, being able to go to a game. But over here, I mean, I can't wait for Coover and Phil to come over because they love it over here. It just, this country is such a lovely place to live. It really is. The people are lovely. You go into a pub, right? And you've got somebody playing traditional Irish music in the corner of the pub, and everyone's clapping. And it's just, I mean, I live in the best country. I think it's like Canada, to be honest with you, Brian. They're sort of similar.
Canada, I mean, as I've always said, anyone wants to come to Canada, and I don't just mean the family that we have on the streams. I mean great people that I speak to on YouTube, like Cole Simpson, who's in the chat. Mark Cousins, people that I generally chat to on a regular basis through the chats or when they're on streams with us or via social media. Any of you guys ever want to come out, just reach out to me. And if you're coming by yourself, I've got a spare room. And if you come with your partners, unfortunately, there's only a single bed in the spare room. But come over. Me and my wife will look after you, take you everywhere in Ontario, show you the great parts of Canada or the great parts of Toronto, and then you'll go, oh my God, I can see why you moved out here. So yeah, anyone that would ever like to come out to Canada or come into Toronto, obviously specifically, because it's quite a big country, Canada. Yeah, just let me know you're coming to Toronto, and it will be great to hook up.
It's definitely a plan of mine in the next year or so to go there.
Oh, Ben, 1,000,000,000%, mate. 1,000,000,000%. You can have some of my wife's Jewish cooking, mate. It's fucking the best.
Perfecto.
Right, Cooper, you got your backpacks.
Shababa.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Meet in the airport. I'm flying out in about half an hour, so I'll see you meet at Heathrow in about 20 minutes.
But back to your comment, Dermot, of I'm going to sound it's not against multiculturalism because I love multiculturalism, but that's the London bubble. If you go to a pub in Dorset, you will hear traditional English music. If you go to a pub in Devon,
But once I'm not being, Can I just say
in London, there is Englishness doesn't exist anymore because it's been wiped out because of the media bubble and all that, the London bubble. But there are Cornish music. If you go to Cornwall, they're only listen to Cornish music. If you go to the little towns, that does exist in this country. It's just you don't hear about it anymore because there's so many. It's a melting pot of so many different people that you sort of lose track of where you were.
There are still sort of local towns around villages around here where you can see Morris dancers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like but I mean that's old world England now, really, isn't it?
But old world England is looked down upon in terms of the people, not of like the things that this country has done, but old world England, old pubs, proper food, being nice to each other. It does exist. It just needs to bring it out again.
I'd say one thing it's like walking down the street here. If I go into Wexford or Gorey, or even up to Dublin, right? You walk down the street, everyone speaks to you. Everyone says, "How you doing? Morning." You speak to somebody, they'll speak back to you. Every time we used to come here on holiday and I go back to England with my parents, you say hi to somebody walking down the street in England, they look at you. Like
depends where that is, though. In the north, they will say hello to you, but not in the south.
No, not in the south. Shall we get through some of these comments, Coof?
Let's go for it.
Okay, let's start here with
Charles saying, funny how the police don't take an actual photo as enough evidence because it's that tool Johnson. Yeah, it's true enough. Yeah. It's like I agreed with everything Brian said a minute ago. Talking about Boris Johnson, how disgraceful it all is. But at the end of the day, nothing ever gets done about it. We'll have to sit here and take it. Doesn't matter which party it is either. It's widespread. It's right the way across things. The amount of cover-ups and things that have gone on over the years, it's absolutely unbelievable. You can call out politicians. You can call out the top tier of the police. You can call out TV personalities. I mean, the BBC and indeed. I mean, look all that. I won't go into that much on this channel, but you look at what's happened to those 1970s TV presenters and that whole disgusting sort of episode, and it was all swept under the carpet. It's like you can't tell me that nobody knew about all this at the time. It just gets forgotten about. Nothing ever happens. They broke the law during the elections as well. Overspending was actually breaking the law on some of the campaigns. Nothing happened.
Did anyone see, Cooper? Did you see? Just talking about that, to wrap that COVID thing up, when there was an Irish dude narrating over a guy that pulled outside the van on outside Scotland Yard, showing the video about how badly this whole thing has been handled.
No, I didn't see it. Didn't see that one.
I'll find it and send it to you. Send it to you. Unbelievable.
Right,
it would have to be an Irish fella, wouldn't it?
I think it was. I don't know the accents very well, but he sounded Northern Irish.
All right, that's fine then. They're British.
He sounded Northern Irish, but that's me getting the accents. He's probably Australian or something. But yeah, it sounded Northern Irish, probably Australian.
Yeah, I tell you, I love some Northern Ireland people are lovely up there. They really are. They really are. We'll get through, we've done that one. Do this one here too.
Andrew's just saying having a bad day with his mental health. I'd be lost without the stream. Great job, lads.
Yeah, well,
glad we've got something for you to watch, mate.
And
I'll do my best to get in contact with you after the show ends as well.
and
Sorry, Don. I was just going to say on our about section on the page, I do actually have my Twitter link there. If you want to just give me a tweet there, give me a message there, that would be the easiest way for me. I'll get in contact.
Kluber, is that the Andrew you and I were talking to?
It is, yeah.
Okay. I'll reach out to him later.
And also, if you link out to Kauffie will link you into the TTG group as well. We have our own little, our own TTG group. So if you need to get hold of any of us, me, Kauffie, we'll add Brian to it as well. Or Brian, Ben, or Phil, or Sean who's in there. We'll all do our best to get hold of you, mate. We're all here for you. So, and big up Kauffie for doing what you're doing. So I tip my hat off to you. I was saying to Jack, you are a proper gentleman, and you really are, sir. You're a proper gentleman and a lifesaver, and you know why I'm saying that. So I hold you in high esteem, Kauffie. I really do, sir.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
He's gone all red now. Right, Carl Simpson. I like this one.
Carl Simpson. More fun.
This is about Canada.
More fun to leave the wife and kids at home. I would send them photos, obviously.
Oh, Lord.
Brian saying that to Carl. That's a great plan. Yeah. Mark Cousin saying Ireland and Canada are on my hit list for the fishing. And our most famous music, Wurzels, was made by Cockneys. It's true. It is true. The Wurzels, all that. I've got a brand new combine harvester, and they were Cockneys. They were nothing to do with West Country at all. Ryan McFarland, I love being Irish.
So do I. Being Irish is a
funny
enough. I told you, Ryan's everywhere I go. He keeps saying I'm everywhere. He's everywhere I go. I think Ryan's a top dude. Love this dude.
That we sort of split away at one point, Brian, but there was a couple of weeks where we were everywhere on the same channel together. I remember it. I was joking, like you're stalking me and I'm stalking you.
Exactly. And I think it was the other way, but I let you take the glory and say I was stalking you.
You were definitely stalking me, yeah.
But I love being Irish. I love Ireland. I love my country. I love being Irish. It's the best thing in the world. You can't beat it. Though we are shit at football, soccer. But we're good at everything else. We have the most prettiest girls in the world in Ireland. We've got the best music. We have the best everything. We're just shit at soccer.
I have to differ there with women. And I think Ben will know where I'm going with this, mate.
Yeah.
Go to Israel. Go to Israel.
I'm sorry. I would agree.
Israel, go on a beach in the height of July, August, and whatever. And I swear to God, honestly, the women in Israel in general.
Isn't the Wonder Woman actress Israeli?
Yeah.
Gal Gadot, yes.
Yeah.
Raffaelli.
That's one hot lady.
Then just Jewish women in general. Scarlett Johansson, Mila Kunis.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson as well.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Rachel Weisz.
I'm still going to say the Israeli and Irish women are in the top 2 in the world.
Oh yeah, they are.
But we will disagree which position they're in, but they're in the top 2 of the world anyway.
You're outvoted. There's 2 of us and 1 of you. You're outvoted.
Yeah, outvoted.
No, I've just made Kauffie an honorary Irishman.
No, I'm happy for either, mate. I'm happy for either.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, Aisling B just herself is enough.
Exactly.
Carl Simpson here.
I love that, an exclusive group.
Yeah. We'll add you as well, Carl Simpson. We might do a new group, actually, just to add some of the TTG army in there.
That's probably an idea, because the one you were saying you were inviting everybody to is supposed to be for us to sort things out as the channel.
It's like a back end
so we'll have to set up a new group, but we will do that. So if everyone sends...
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Ryan McFarland, I love watching all the Spurs YouTube community. Yeah, same there, mate. A lot of great channels about.
Don't we
Please subscribe, and share as well. Not
Yeah.
just our channel, but all the channels that are trying to make their mark, especially the smaller channels. So absolutely,
like Tottenham on tour. They're a very small channel. I mean, they've only got 2,000 subscribers. They're extremely small.
They're on life support, aren't they, Brian?
Yeah, they are.
Tour. Yeah.
And
Never get any new subscribers.
And just got comment here for Carl. You're a legend, Dermot. Love that. Thank you. No problem. I'm not a legend. I'm just me. But thank you very much. Yeah. Poor Brian and Brian on. They've got a very small channel. That they're struggling to get even 2 people to watch them every week. So everyone get over there.
Yeah.
I have to say, Brian, I have to say congratulations on reaching 2,000. Absolutely fantastic. Really chuffed for you, Brian Ireland, Danny, and Adam. Absolutely, really over the moon. You really deserve it. You do great stuff, great streams. Absolutely fantastic.
And it's a great car ride to go home.
Thanks, guys. God, sorry, Ben, what did you say?
That was one of the funniest car rides ever. Just you on the phone. Oh, we got 10 more now. We got 10 more.
Oh my God, yeah.
10 more subs.
I tell you how we could not believe it. I mean, obviously, our numbers have gone insane since I've been here. What with the work I do with the wonderful boys at We Are Tottenham TV, who are just incredible. And literally, we were going up at 10 every 5 minutes, Ben?
Yeah, it was.
At one point, and every time we were getting so excited to try and hit the 1,500 because that was the plan to try and get before I left. And I did a stream that day, and it just seemed to pop. And to say we're now, I just checked, we're at 2,200, and at Christmas Eve we were at 847. Just goes to show how incredible it's been. So hopefully we'll hit a few more milestones before I go home, whenever that may be, all depending on Bob.
That's the plan then, Dermot. We just have to sort of steal Brian Daigle.
Yeah, that's it.
get you on our channel for a bit. No, it's good stuff. Obviously, still, it's a long road back for Bob, still, isn't it? But I mean, that is why Brian came over in the first place. Is first and foremost that we're all dying to see Bob back on his feet and back on the channel.
So he's doing. I mean, I don't know if people heard my latest update that I did on We Are Tottenham TV yesterday. So for the first time since he's been in, his dependency on the oxygen has gone below 50%.
Oh, brilliant!
He is starting to move. Since Saturday, it's only been in a positive way. He's trending in the right way. Everything at the moment is positive. It's still a long way to go, but the doctors now are being a lot more informative and getting in touch with Kim and Tammy and giving us, rather than going, it's just the same, it's this, it's that. They're being a lot more informative, a lot more precise in telling us what's happening day to day, where we go. So it's looking good. He still has got a long road, and but for the first time, we are starting to see light at a very long tunnel for the first time. So this could go down just as quick as it could go up. So at the moment, we've had a almost 5 days of consistency trending in the right direction, and let's just hope that's the only way we go now.
Got to be hopeful about that, haven't we?
Yep.
I'll just like the story of when Bob's been put under and him shouting out. Do you want to tell us that one? Because that's really amusing.
Oh, do you know what? For people, I mean, you guys have obviously seen Bob. Have any of you ever been on an actual stream with Bob?
Just once.
Once. I wasn't on Bob's channel. He came on to one I did with somebody else a very long time ago. But yeah, really enjoyed it.
So I mean,
we were on that same stream, I think. We were on that same stream.
Oh, we were, yeah. The stream that won't be named.
Oh, I could just see waiting on Sky Sports News, Arsenal. They're talking about Arsenal and Dusan Vlahovic. I can't tell if it's got the sound off, but I can just see Dusan Vlahovic in his Fiorentina shirt in front of the Arsenal crest. I swear to God. I'm talking about Bob. Let's not talk about that fucking.
Can I just say very quickly, Brian? Coover, I've sent you a private message. I have to go. I have a bit of an emergency here, so I'm going to leave you all in the capable hands of my mate Coover. I will be back tonight at 7:30 for the watch along with Coover and Phil. And I'm back tomorrow morning, hopefully for the whole show. And tomorrow we're on at 9:30, aren't we, Kauffie? Or was that Friday?
We're gonna try an early start on one of them. We'll work on. We'll discuss that one, won't we?
Yeah. Okay. If you're still on when I come back, I will drop back in if that's okay.
Yeah.
But for the time being, I've got to drop out. So good luck, lads.
problem,
Enjoy it,
problem.
and come on, you Spurs. We'll win tonight, 7-0.
See you later, Dermot. Yeah, Brian. Anyway,
Yeah.
Bob.
So yeah, as I was saying, obviously, anyone that's been on a stream with him, anyone that's watched a stream that he's just a comedy genius. He just brightens any room that you're in. And oh, good, now they're comparing Aubameyang for Vlahovic. Why is this gathering goddamn? Oh Jesus! Oh, I might be going nuclear earlier than I thought. Okay, but yeah. So obviously, he is such an incredible guy. But yeah, they went to put him down originally, like before Christmas, because they had to put him on the medically induced coma. He had absolutely no energy whatsoever, and as he's saying goodbye to Kim, and they start wheeling him down to have the procedure to have him put into the coma, he lets out the biggest "fuck COVID, we're yids" in the middle of the hospital, which just literally sums this man up. If there was ever to be if someone said to me and walked down the street and said, "Right, I'll give you £1 million if you can answer this question," only one person would ever even enter my mind, and it's him. And recently I've been watching a lot of his streams again because I just miss his voice. I miss hearing him and all the time we spend. It's always good to hear his voice, but hopefully very, very soon it'll be the real thing, not to record him.
Brilliant. I love that. He's a fighter, all right, that's for sure. And he is really fun to be on streams with. Like you said, he just mellows the whole atmosphere. It's brought back to a sense of fun when it starts veering off and things. Great show host, and great to have on any panel as well. Can't wait to see him back. Just doing a couple of comments here. Carl Simpson saying, I shared your stream the other day on Facebook, and one of my WhatsApp groups, and my mate messaged me, who was an Arsenal fan, and was like, "What the hell? I don't want to talk about Tottenham." Derek Hutchinson. Good afternoon, gents. Good afternoon, Derek. Ryan McFarland. Good to hear it's going the right way. Absolutely. Carlson, great to hear Brian, and love Bob, and can't wait to see him back when he's recovered.
Yeah.
Telling us to piss off. That's the two words we're all waiting for.
Sure.
Ryan saying, Brian, I honestly don't see us get Vlahovic. Neither do I.
Listen, A, I don't, because we've got a parasite in charge, and B, the one thing I will say, if Arsenal are going to pay 300 grand, he's not worthy of 300 grand right now. He doesn't come in and get higher. He does not come in and demand higher than Kane. So I understand if we make a bid for him and it's accepted, and he says I want 300 grand, you say no. You say no, because that's gonna send ripples down the whole squad. But if someone comes in above Lloris, who's given 10 years wonderful service, a Kane that's given. You don't do it, but the very fact they're making moves, and this looks like there may be at least an offer. It's like, but I thought you couldn't get players out in January. I thought you couldn't buy. But he said he's going to stay. It's like, well, do you know what? The thing is, he may want to stay, but like with Van Dijk with Liverpool, if Arsenal or any club phones Fiorentina and says how much for Vlahovic to get him now, and they say 80 million, and they go, okay, here's 80 million. Fiorentina will personally say, off you go. There you go. There's the airport. Go. So it's all a nonsense. It's all, and yeah, we're at the 12th of January, and let's just say my blood is starting to go from simmering to boiling.
But it's back to this, Brian. I'm very interested in marrying Rachel Riley, Bar Raffaele, and Mila Kunis. But I think all of them are married at the moment, so I could be interested all I want. I'm still not getting them.
Exactly, it's like with the Adama Traore, mate. It's I love it that we're thinking about considering, might be interested in registering, contemplating, maybe shall we, whatever, all this nonsense. Make the fucking bid. And there's that thing about that guy from Portugal, Ruiz, whoever. Apparently, we had a 50 million bid or 60 million, and it was turned down because, well, do you know what? Because the players valued it more. If I went to one of your houses or your coffee shop, Ben, I said I want to buy your coffee shop. And they said, right, £100,000 is yours. And I said, all right, I'll give you £100. I show I'm interested. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it. It's just
Someone has actually
It's-
tried to do
it's-
that with one of my shops. They've turned up and asked me, "Can I buy your shop?" And I was like, "All right, 50 million quid then, mate." And they're like, "That's too much money." So right then, jog on.
Yeah. It's the typical Levy move, though, isn't it? Go for basically a target who've got no chance of signing and just go, well, we tried. Sorry, here's Ryan Nelson.
Yeah, that's exactly. Let's just put it this way. If we have a bad result tonight, we have a bad result against Arsenal. Just keep your eyes on Sky Sports cameras when they go to Tottenham Hotspur over the next few days, because you might find an irate Daigle. You might find an irate, ready to rock and roll Daigle.
Make sure you come via here because I'll pack you a deli lunch with some Bisley and an onion platzel.
Well, let's look at even the people that say we're wrong by thinking this way. You just got to look at it. We're on the 12th now. We're getting to the halfway point in this transfer window, and not a single.
Mate, when we play Arsenal, we are past halfway.
Yeah,
Arsenal's at 16.
Well, there we go then.
What do you want in your packed lunch, Brian? Would you like off-toff turkey or would you like a smoked salmon cream cheese bagel?
Right, don't do smoked salmon, mate. Mate,
I don't either. I don't like the overly saltiness of it.
I need some of your luck. No, I love herring, like chopped herring, smoked herring, mate. Fucking all day long.
I just can't do it. The smell of it.
Wait, no, Ben, we need to do our own Jewish cook show,
yes,
Jewish eating show. But yes, we'll sort that. But listen, I need to speak to Levy out, guys, because we got to plan what we do and how we do it and when we do it. Because I'm ready to rock and roll now. But we said we were going to keep quiet in January because we didn't want everyone going, oh look, it's in the middle of January. Listen, what are you doing? What are you doing? They're going to spend and do this. So we didn't want to go on and rock the boat and try and get it could damage the reputation we're trying to build for being proven right. But we're being proven right.
The boat needs to be rocked.
But it needs to be capsized, mate.
Oh, come on, Brian. Be fair. I mean, the window isn't over yet. Levy might come with this big war chest for Conte and Barrett. Yeah. No, it's all right. It's all right. I don't believe it, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, you know what? I've had a guy that's just called me to tell me they've won the Nigerian lottery, but they need some money, and they've been mugged, and I've just donated because that's how.
Good man. Good man.
I have to, mate. They've won millions. They're going to pay me back.
Half the time, I wonder if Tottenham should just like employ Paul McKenna or something. Believe.
Oh, mate, I used to love that dude. But yeah, it gets to the point now. Come on, it's the same shit, different day every single time.
How long does it have to go on before people realise this has happened every time for 20 years? Yeah. Oh well, it'll get through to people eventually. As soon as Conte walks out because he hasn't been backed, people will. There will be more than just the one stand singing for Levy, won't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we won't enjoy that, but it's just going to be necessary, isn't it? Doing a few comments. Mark Cousins saying, I don't watch TV anymore because of Tottenham community on YouTube. With this channel and Tottenham on Tour, my favourites, because you interact with the audience. Thank you, mate. That means a lot. Yeah. Brian, the two Brians on Tottenham Tour, along with Adam. Who else you got now? Danny Kiriaki.
How could you forget that? How could you forget that person?
He went missing for so long. I thought, he's gone. I thought he must be kidnapped or something. But yeah, it's nothing to do with Daigle, is it? It's all about Danny Kiriaki. That's what
it is. It is. I must tell you one thing. I mean, I started that chant ages ago. And I just used to sing it to him, whatever. And then when I came over, I said, right, listen, I'm going to get this trending everywhere. So Ben, be careful. You may be in a different stand, but you will hear me when it's quiet and sometimes shout, look who's sitting next to me. And then I shout that at the top of my voice in front of 62,000 people. But I only did it as a joke. And then when I saw him on streams, but then to see it, when I go on to watch streams or he's in the chat or he's in a stream, when I just turn on and I see the amount of people that go mate, it's one of my favourite things in life to know that someone everywhere he goes, I just want to be walking down the road with him and hear someone sing it like that doesn't know us, just a stranger come up to him, and then my life is made.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I totally agree, Mark Cousins. I love it trying to interact with the people in the comments. It's why we do the channels, isn't it? It's having a laugh with other fans at the end of the day. I don't want us to end up like one of the sort of news style channels or Sky Sports. I love this sort of drop in where a bunch of fans come and have your say as well. Fantastic stuff. We've got Ryan McFarlane saying, it's funny, a few weeks ago, he was interested and a deal was being discussed. Now the narrative is he wants 300k a week. I smell Levy PR on this one. I think I've got to agree there. Does anybody disagree? I wouldn't have thought so. Levy PR, do you think, Ben, on the
Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah, could be. Carl is saying the whole PR around Vlahovic and his team around him sound awful. Yeah. I mean, if he does end up at Arsenal, I don't even know what to think about that. It's like
I don't see him at Arsenal. I just don't see it. They're not in the Champions League. I just don't see it. I see Manchester City or I see Tottenham at the moment. It's either one of those two. Or he goes to Juventus. Or he goes
perhaps Real Madrid. I've got a sneaking
or Real
feeling.
Madrid. Or Real Madrid.
Because Benzema must be getting on a bit by now.
Yeah.
They've got to be looking for a replacement for him at some point.
Well, Mbappe is their replacement, but it's not. It's a different player.
Yeah, would he play really as he's not really a sort of in the box player, is he? He's the pacey one to catch up with it. Yeah, different sort of player. I know what you mean. Derek Hutchinson saying bollocks to Arsenal. I think that's just a good phrase any time of year, isn't it? Yeah, happy to do that one. Carl saying exactly, Coover. It's always the way. We did try to build them, try to buy these players, but it didn't work out. Yeah, that's what we always hear. It just goes back so long now. I know it's boring even talking about it, but no, just big up Brian. When the day comes, he'll have a few more people following him on that little incident than we've seen before. Let's just stop that match. That one's over. That was Tottenham beating Chelsea.
Yeah, I must admit, we really paid a lot of attention to that match, didn't we?
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Bit of background stuff. If you catch a goal, it's good, but doesn't really matter. It's Dermot saying the day Levy spends money will be the day Elvis will be found alive. Yeah, could well be.
Yeah, along with Shergar.
Indeed. And Lord Lucan.
Exactly.
Ryan McFarlane saying, it really is Groundhog Day. Someday they'll wake up and realise we'll be taken for mugs. I think more and more people are seeing through the smoke and mirrors now, but still a lot that are got the blanket pulled over, the wool pulled over their eyes. That's what the phrase I was looking for. Graham again saying we need to protest now to keep the pressure. Big up
Graham.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there.
Well, Graham, I'm ready to go, bro. I'll speak to you later on tonight.
Forgive me if I get the name wrong here, but Sushant Busal, I'm hoping that I've got that right. Brian, still
nothing.
Still nothing regarding the signing. You might be fuming as all of us. Yeah, I think everybody is. We're desperately short of players and no activity for 12 days. I mean, it's shocking. It's shocking. You'd at least see some sort of rumblings of people going out, wouldn't you? Some sort of preparation for somebody coming in, but just absolutely nothing at all. Is the club not should the club be more transparent on transfers? That's a question, I suppose, but kind of difficult to.
Even if they're more transparent, Kuvar, would you believe them now?
No,
of course not.
That's the thing. That's where they've got. If it had been like a Leicester or even Aston Villa, I mean, people going, yeah, Aston Villa got the Grealish money. That's where they'd spend it. What their chairman did, or their Christian Perslow, whatever, I think he's director of football, whatever his actual title is, to come out and do that video to explain how Grealish was sold, why Grealish was sold, and give and let the fans know this is what's happening, this is why we're doing it. Just that olive branch of communication goes such a long way. Such a long way. Go, okay, I can see what you do. With us, it's we have Charlie Chaplin. We have Charlie Chaplin. And this is a good PR stunt, and he can get someone to give him the questions. It's like, Daniel, what's 2 + 2? So he can answer it correctly or have it worded correctly. But it's all bollocks. It's all bollocks.
Yep, true enough. Since you're here, we were talking about this the other day. I'm sure all the other channels were. But this business about Levy's meeting out in the Bahamas with Joe Lewis and Forrest Lee. What do you make of all that, Brian? Because we had the several theories on board. The first one, which I don't think anybody believed, that it was about transfer funds. The second was it naming rights for the stadium? Thirdly, was it perhaps buying a percentage of the club to procure some funds for transfers? Or fourth, which we think we all were swaying towards, if I recall rightly, Ben, that it could be a takeover bid. How do you feel on that?
I pray to God. I pray to any God that will listen to me that it's the latter. I really, really do. I mean, I've got, Joe. I've been thinking for many years, what am I actually going to do the day he sells up to celebrate? And we all know I do some crazy shit. God knows what I will get up to on that joyous day. But listen, I mean, what we were hearing from Matt Law and everything, he's come out of that meeting and said that we need a right back, a left, or whatever, a striker, whatever. I'm like, you telling me you've got out there to identify the positions that Antonio was to confirm? Oh, Antonio Conte said he wants this, and you come back and say, yeah, we need this. That's what you've done. Mm. You've come out from this meeting and go, oh yeah, I've got the best manager in the world, or one of the best. He says he wants these people. Let me go speak to Joe Lewis, who knows nothing about football. I know nothing about football. Daniel Levy has to make money and rip people off. And you come out and go, yeah, do you know what? Antonio Conte's right. It's very good. He's dug himself another goddamn hole. If this is to be true, and Matt Law is very, very reliable, you said we needed that, and that's what our targets are. Let's see how many walk through the door on the 31st by the 31st of January. And after the 31st of January, Daniel, if you've got any fucking balls, come out and do another interview. But this time, not with a Spurs guy that you pay to word your answers and have a teleprompter over there to fucking tell you what you're doing. Come out and do an interview with either Sky Sports or any media outlet where you could be questioned like Prime Minister's question time, like an AGM meeting. Come out and have the balls to answer questions that we want to put towards you. Not what you want to say, oh yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that, because you lie. You lie. And the problem is, if you come out and do an AGM or you say something that they're fans about, you will get called out for the parasite that you really goddamn are. We don't even have AGMs anymore. Very, very rare we have AGMs because they own the club, so they don't need to answer to anyone. And I'm sick of it. And you know what? Daniel Levy, I blame my health on you. See you in a second. I'm still with you. Our camera's just off.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get through a few comments, shall we, Ben? We've got Carl Simpson saying, I just don't understand. They can't see we're being taken like fools. It's a disgrace. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Oh, here we go. Would you like to do the honours here, Ben?
Kiri, yeah.
I'm literally just talking to him.
Yep. Morning, mate. He said, morning, lads. There's reports coming out from a few sources, not sure on their reliability, but they are saying that Chelsea may make a move for Traore, right wing back. If that happens, you could see them doing it out of pure spite, couldn't you?
Kuba, can you imagine? And everyone in the chat, just listen to this. Can you imagine if they go ahead and get Traore, and then the filth do pull off Vlahovic?
Yeah. You know what? I think I'll be turning off all Spurs news, and we'll just stream old games constantly and put our fingers in our ears.
Yeah. Well, do you know what, mate? Honestly, and what I will do, what I plan to do, obviously my allegiances lie with Tottenham Talk first, and then we are Tottenham TV. But I'll send you guys loads of stuff when I am at the training ground. I'll send you snippets of me and whoever I'm with, so you can release them on your channel.
Oh, lovely! That'll be fantastic. Thank you, mate.
No worries, brother.
I'm just going to get the N64 out and I'm going to play Donkey Kong 64. I'm just going to give up on life.
I'll tell you what, we're joking about this for tonight when we're doing the live stream, live watch along, and we were thinking, Phil and I were thinking, if we go a goal down in the first few minutes, we might just pull the stream and just put on an old game. We'll watch that, find us beating Chelsea 5-1 in a previous semi-final, and pretend that's it, because it's just going to be too.
Well, one of the ideas I've got, and it's going to be very, very hard to pull off because I don't know if people will have it, but what I want to do, obviously, as a way of protest kind of thing without causing problems, is I want to try and get as many people that are going to games wearing Spurs stuff, but pre or pre-Levy. So back in the Sugar, Birkinshaw, what's this fucking Scholar,
yeah,
or further back on. So you wear the retro stuff. Just as many people don't wear anything pre-Levy, post-Levy. It's just not. Just as if everyone would, can you imagine if there was 20,000 people that were just wearing other stuff that was not asked by Levy?
Just imagine that old 60s shirt with no sponsor on it at all, just the crest.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd
exactly.
Be fantastic. Yeah, I agree, Brian. That'll be a good one. Difficult to pull off, though, isn't it? In those sort of numbers, anyway. Graham saying to Brian, he'll see you in the Beehive later.
I realise I've just been given the thumbs up, but I've got my camera off because I'm smoking. So, Graham, I've got my hand up. I'm going to be there about 3:30. There
you go. Ryan McFarlane said, do, Danny Kiriakou. As always. Imagine the Twitter, Danny, if Chelsea took Traore. You know whose Twitter I'd go and watch first of all? It would be Cody Mack. Because you'd have a pretty cutting comedy response straight away there. Would he just be plain angry? I think he'd be angry first. Then again, this is a player I don't even really want. I don't rate him, but it'd be typical to see Chelsea snatch him away just because we want him. And Danny saying to Ryan McFarlane, big up, brother. Oh my God, Twitter will break the net if that happens for Spurs fans. Yeah, it certainly will.
But if that happens, we'll still be wrong. Don't worry, there's still time. Don't worry. This is kind of maybe should be kind of dubious whether it.
This is just what happens in business nowadays, isn't it, Brian? Business.
Yep.
Oh, dear. Ryan saying, when Enix sell, I will dance around the house despite my arthritis. Good for you, mate. I know how you feel. It will be. They say better the devil you know, but I'm not so sure in this case.
I'm thinking if I'm in Canada when that happens, I might do a Forrest Gump and I just felt like running and see where I end up. I want to see more of Canada. I'll just go for like a 10-hour run and I'll still be in Ontario.
Like live Gump with Brian Daigle.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be a good one. Go and meet up all the other fans in Canada.
Yeah, I'll just go on a run. Mate, put it this way, it's 2,500 miles just to get to Edmonton, Alberta, and that's in the middle of the country.
Yeah, that's...
It's a stupidly big country. It's not where our families are from, where you can go 1 hour up the road and the other end of the country.
Just when you think it can't get worse, have you seen the last comment from Carl Simpson?
I'm about to come to that.
I'm absolutely about to lose my.
We'll come to that in a minute. Well, just want to get through a few of these. Carl Simpson said, I saw that, Danny. What a mess. And Sushant Busal, please forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, how to pronounce your name. Correct me, please, if I am getting it wrong. At the end of the transfer window, I can see one signing, and Conte's body language looks very different now. But now it's time for Enoch and Levy to go, I think so. Yeah, I think a lot of people are coming to that conclusion. Danny saying to Ryan McFarlane that he'll join him. Danny, it's shambolic. It is indeed. And Ryan saying I'll have to avoid it that day. Well, Twitter in generally, I think. Mark Cousin saying same lies that we've had every transfer window. Yes, it is. when will we learn? He learn that it's okay to have a shiny new house, but you must have the correct furniture in it too. Yeah, so it's a well used comment now, but it is as true now as it was when it was first uttered. And Brian said, "Everybody, we've got. Well, are we going to do it again? Yeah, why not? Go on.
And everybody
Do,
with Danny
Danny
Kiriakou.
Kiriakou.
Danny Kiriakou. I have to tell you, my best one of those Danny Kiriakous was actually on Bob's Burst stream months ago when I was last here. I was full on rant about Levy. I mean, full on blood boiling, passionate. And I saw Danny came on stream. I was going, Levy's a fucking, Levy's a, and then I did it, and then I just carried on with my run. I'll try and find it and send it to you. I went absolutely, I realised, and then I did, that was mid-run. He even got it mid-run because it's illegal not to greet him in that manner.
Fair enough. Yeah, that sounds good. Got to love a bit of Danny Kiriakou. Ryan McFarlane saying, be doing that running man and Macarena. Absolutely.
At the same time, that is a talent, Ryan.
I'm just going to quickly skip the next one. We're coming back to that in a second. We'll go for Brian Gump.
Yeah, Brian Gump.
Brian Gump against Canada, across Canada. That'll get some top views. We'd cover that every day, mate. Andrew Bailey saying, I've joined Twitter, so I can message you on there. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, good bloke, good man, mate. I'll definitely get in contact. Danny's laughing away at that, and Danny also says, Antonio hashtag Conte has said Tottenham must sign another centre forward at a similar level to Harry Kane if they want to compete for silverware. Well, that's got to be Vlahovic, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You can't really see who else would go to.
Get the manager, the man he wants.
And now let's get the one that's going to kick things off again. Should we start with Ben replying to this one first, and we'll build up to a Brian Daigle rant, maybe? Carl Simpson saying, on BBC Sport, West Ham apparently have made a concrete offer for Traore, according to sources. What do you make of that one, Ben?
Is this Wolves throwing a bit of smokescreen to try and make us put the offer in because they know Traore wants to come to Tottenham to play for Conte?
It could be.
Until he's in the immortal words of a great bloke, until he's holding up that shirt, I don't believe anything they say. They can say this, that. Until he's holding up that shirt, I don't believe them.
It doesn't usually get to BBC Sport until there's a bit of traction to it. That's not well. Can't do. Nothing's reliable anymore. But no, let's see, because I can see Brian's chomping at the bit there, ready to go on this one. Brian.
So last week it was Barcelona. Now that one was genuinely to drive the price up. That was genuinely, here we go, let's just put, like, do you remember when we tried, I wish we'd only tried, but we signed Mr. Sissoko and Everton piped up. That was literally to snap us into gear. Yes, Everton were interested, but it was like, right, this is what they do. The very fact that it's Chelsea and West Ham scares the crap out of me. Scares the crap out of me, because they're like, okay, we all know the rivalry. And like you said, this only gets to BBC Sport when there's real traction behind it. But the part that gets to me is that we allow this to happen. Every single team in world football, I don't care if you're manager of the 5th Division Georgian team over there in Georgia, you know that we are after Traore. Apparently, Spurs move very, very quietly because they don't like things to get out. Well done. Well done. Another shining success. Another absolute masterclass in the world of operating in silence and working in the shadows. When, and I do mean when, will people wake the fuck up? When do people go, do you know what, 21 years? Yeah, that's a bit too much. 22 years, yeah, I don't think he changes. 23 years, what does this guy need to do to finally say to you, I'm fucking you about? I've got no interest in building anything on the pitch as long as I'm making money off the pitch. Someone sent me a picture that said, why spend millions when you can earn billions or pocket billions? And that's what this bastard, this parasite, is doing to our club. The very fact that these rumours are coming up sicken me. Whether they're rumours or not, Once again, a target that we've known 12 days into the goddamn window, and we've done nothing apart from our supreme leader, the great businessman, has had a jolly up in the goddamn Bahamas. We are pathetic. We are absolutely pathetic. And like, I don't know if I've said this on your stream, but I'm going to say it now. One thing that scares the shit out of me about all this is if we have a bad result tonight, and God forbid we have a bad result on Sunday, I honestly, this game to me is everything. Everything. And I don't mean just this one. Spurs Arsenal is everything. Like it is to most people, but this to me is like lose to Chelsea, yeah, I'm pissed off. Losing to so far, yeah, I'm extremely pissed off. Lose to Arsenal in anything, and I'm literally a mess. I'm really, really. And the bad feeling I've got is if we have bad results here, the ground's going to turn toxic. Now, the ground is going to turn, the way I say toxic, whether you leave you in, leave you on the fence, or leave you out, not one person will say, we want Conte out or turn on Conte. It will be Levy in versus Levy out. And that ground will get like the filth with Wenger. And I reckon there's a lot of Levy-ins and Levy's on the fence now that believe Levy out, but they're so hell-bent on not saying it that they will continue to sit on the fence or be Levy in just because they don't want to say those two words, Levy out. We are pathetic. We are pathetic in the transfer market. We are a laughing stock. And believe me, when we all started supporting Tottenham, two phrases you wouldn't say is embarrassing and laughing stock. And this is what that man has made us. People need to wake up and quickly because this is going to continue.
Yeah. Drop the mic again, mate. The trouble is you've been saying this for how many years?
14.
There we go. It's been a long hard fight, but it must be nice to see at least people are starting to come round eventually. It takes an awful lot because as we know with a lot of fans, it's going to be fickle. As long as the results go right, you can look past all the rest. So it's been delaying the inevitable a lot of the time, but we are at that point. It feels like it. Because where do we go if Conte walks because of non-investment? Where do we go from there? What's the next manager going to be like? It's going to be a lot worse than Conte, no matter what. I mean, it's not like we're going to go on to Pep or Klopp and keep things going. It's we're going to be looking at who would you see coming in if Conte walks out? It's going to be horrendous.
First of all, if Daddy's still watching, Daddy, please go watch the video I told you to watch on our Tottenham Tour WhatsApp. Contributors, creators. Oh wait, there's somebody at the door, and I think it might be one of my mates from Levy Out. So 1 second, you might have a bit of this might get a bit fun.
Oh God! Looks like we're winding down the stream, Cooper.
It is. It's Ryan. It's Ryan.
It's Ryan. Okay, right. We'll see what.
Your shoes in or shoes out?
Right. Let's just pop him on mute for a second. Just get through a couple of comments while they're sorting themselves out.
Yeah.
Danny
saying AC on needing a second striker. Oh, sorry. I'll just pop you back on now, Brian. Didn't know if you're sorting yourselves out first. Needing a second striker, especially in this league, because the level is very high and you have to play a lot of games. If you want to have ambition, you have to have two players in every role. Yeah, it's always been it's always supposed to have been the plan with us for a long time, but we've just let it slide.
All right, let me just say, Tottenham Tantrum Gold Community, say hello to my boy Ryan.
What's up?
Morning, Ryan.
Hello.
Morning, afternoon here.
Yeah, fellow Levy Outer.
Probably more than you.
I highly doubt it. But yeah. So
I know you from somewhere, Ryan, and I don't know where it is, but I know you from somewhere, and I don't know.
You would have seen his pictures all over the first protest. He was one of the ones holding up the Levy.
I was everywhere. To be fair.
Yeah.
There's something different from that. I don't know. Face rings a bell.
Yeah, I was thinking you got a familiar face as well. Maybe you just got one of those faces. Or Yeah, saying you're possibly more of a Levy outer than Brian. That's quite a statement.
It's a blatant lie. He's come on and blatantly lied, like Levy. He's come and blatantly lied. What are you doing, Ryan?
If that was the case, then I better watch the comments more because this could explode. Derek saying Ali for St Maximin. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. I'll prefer him to Traore, that's for sure.
Apparently West Ham have made a concrete bid for Traore.
Seriously.
Apparently it's on BBC.
Maybe that's to piss us off for going for Lingard. I'd love to have Lingard. I don't know what your voice.
That's true, actually. It might be.
I really want Jesse Lingard.
But I thought business was tough in January.
It's very tough, mate.
It's impossible. It's impossible. How can clubs with money that don't know the rules? You can't spend in January.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
Yeah,
it's amazing when you do offer the money the players want, the transfers want. It happens.
Look at Lucadinha.
Yeah, don't.
Look, but be fair, there's been COVID. I mean, we're only a little club. We can't deal with that. I mean, like everybody
this sounds like all the excuses why we can't have a deli lunch on a Sunday.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't want the deli lunch because I don't want the...
Yeah, it's just
maybe the deli wasn't open that day. I can't get
Chris Wood going to Newcastle. I think that's very
what's going
very clever deal.
Yeah, Chris Wood off to Newcastle.
That is such a clever deal. Weekend's arrival. The way I see it, that's like us going for Mikel Antonio at West Ham. Yeah, what they're doing. Yeah. Going, here you go. Here's the money. We're taking them.
That is stupid.
But we don't do that. No, we're not allowed to.
He's got some funny ideas. This guy that if you offer money to people, you get deals. I don't know where you're.
It's like you offer money to people and they'll dance for you.
Oh, okay.
They'll dance like a puppet. That's fine.
I don't know. I don't do games theory like that. No, it's way too. Besides, we've got more important issues because I mean, it's really difficult for a club like Tottenham to sort out the kosher food at the ground and things like that, isn't it?
There are laws for that.
Well, we weren't anticipating a Jewish following coming to the ground. But there we go. Anyway, I think we're pretty much in agreement on Levy there. I think Ben's a little bit more on the fence than we are, but
no.
I'm on the teetering point now. If he doesn't back the manager, it's over. It's like I can see both sides of the. That's why I sit on the fence because you can see both sides of the point of view.
That's fair enough, mate.
It gets to that point. If this manager is not backed, the best manager in the world of football, I don't care how much Pepper's won. This manager is the cream of the crop in his prime.
He's the best coach in the world, and we're not going to back him. The best coach in world football, Antonio Conte, and we're not going to back him after he's come out and pleaded and said the squad ain't good enough after 2 weeks.
What's he know? What's Conte, mate?
What's he know? He don't know about onion platzels. He don't have a clue, mate.
To be fair, he did say Harry Winks he can rely on him, which maybe.
Well, no, he's doing the job. You can't dispute that. By the way, Graham's in the chat and says hello to you.
By the way, I've got a massive agenda against Harry Winks. You'll learn that as time goes on.
My agenda's changed to fully on Delhi and Tongi, so...
Oh, Tongi, yeah. Tongi, personally...
That's not even an agenda anymore, is it? That's just...
No, it's just he's got to go. He's just disrespected the badge, disrespected the club. What you think about the owners, he's disrespected the owners, he's disrespected the coach. So, yeah. I actually got a funny suspicion, actually, tonight we'll play 4 at the back.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
We're not going to play 4. I think we'll play 4. Based on the fact that we swapped it in the second half against Chelsea. We went 4 at back.
If Dyer's not playing as well, we can pretty much give up on being solid at the back, I think. Perhaps we'll
I just don't see the point in playing 3 at the back tonight anyway, when we need goals.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to play Højbjerg skip.
I think my team would be Lloris in goal. You have Sanchez and Rodon in centre backs. Left back would be Reguilon. Right back Emerson. Skip and Winks are the 2. Ali in the number 10, obviously Kane up front, and you've got Moore and you've got Moore and Gill.
Well, do you know what? I said I've got till 1 o'clock, so I need to start getting ready, boys. I'm going to have to let you go. I'm going to chill with Ryan for a bit and get pumped up, ready for some shenanigans today. And yeah, Ben, I will talk to you later. Kuba, always a pleasure, brother.
Nice meeting you.
Ben, reach out to me when you're there, brother, all right?
Yeah, I'll give it a shout.
Cool. I'll come and find you if we lose and give you an interview for Tottenham Tantrum Gold, and let's just say it'll be fireworks.
No doubt we'll be seeing more of Ryan over the coming weeks as well. Then.
Oh yeah, when I'm at the training ground, I know I've got one soldier that's ready to go to war with me, and he's standing or sitting right next to me. So we're ready. But we will let you go. And as I always say in every stream, and as always, Levy
out.
out.
Cheers. Oh, there we go. That was a typical sort of Brian.
Yeah, took over the entire stream.
Yeah, he's rallying the soldiers as we speak. Brilliant. Let's see. Carl, apparently Everton want Dele, and I don't think we're out of the Vlahovic race yet.
If they offer a £5 for him, I will drive him up there, and I don't have a license.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just getting the wages off the book is a big deal. Ryan saying, Danny, Conte saying the same as Jose and ended up with Bergwijn. So we will end up with Traore and no striker. I can see that happening. Perhaps we don't even end up with Traore at this rate. Levy, get out of my bloody club. No mess in there. I think I might have that as a T-shirt. This whole do business quietly just pisses us all off and angers us all. It does. It does.
Transparency really helps. It really does help.
Yeah, it really does. Danny Kiriakou, do. Let's do it again. I agree, but when Conte will walk out and we'll get Ryan Mason as a permanent manager, I don't think it's going to get that bad. But then again, who else is going to come? No, wait. There was talk of Nuno coming back to a youth team coach, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Perhaps they're going to ease him back into that so he can take over as interim manager on his old wages. Oh God. Is it going to come to that? Can we have a breakdown stream here?
Tottenham Tantrum Gold actually has a tantrum.
Meltdown stream. Oh my God. I just want to put old football on now. Just forget about everything that's going on. Can we do that? No. Come on.
We got to wind down. Get through the rest of the comments.
We have got to wind down. I remember when Ozzy and Ricky came in. I was only 7, but even then, I thought, wow, same here. I would have been about 7 as well, mate. And it was an amazing day because literally I'd just seen the World Cup, and I remember saying to my dad, "Isn't he the man that was on the World Cup?" And he just said, "Yes, he is." My dad's jaw was almost hitting the floor at the time as well. Unbelievable signings. Now we look at it, we're lucky if we get bloody Traore. Oh dear God! Let's put on a cup final from the '60s or something. If Conte walks away, they'll give Michael Dawson a chance. You know what? Why not? Doesn't really matter at that point. Fans would be behind him for a while anyway. That's for sure. Yeah. Carl Simpson, afternoon, Ryan, and Grahamson, afternoon to Ryan as well. He's gone, but he'll know. Ryan says spells disaster. Danny's comment earlier, yeah, and Danny, I agree. It does. I think it does spell disaster, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, where do we go? How much is things going to change if we manage a win tonight, Ben? What do you reckon?
I mean, we'll forget about it for about 5 minutes, but it's just like this is a difficult period, and we need to get through this. I mean, Chelsea at home, Arsenal, and then we've got to play Chelsea again in the league. We've got to get through this period, and we need to get through this period, and we need to strengthen this team. Otherwise, it will go. What's it called up?
I think I'm kind of with Brian on this one. If we were to go down against Chelsea tonight, like supposing we win 1-0 or something, and we've really given it everything, we could kind of be okay with that if we follow it up with a result against Arsenal.
Yeah.
If we go both of these games unbeaten, it's going to be something at least. We just cannot afford to lose either of these.
Yeah. Got to win both games.
Yeah, it's the season hinging on this, really, isn't it? Sets the tone for the run-in for the rest of the season. Yeah, again, 12th of the month though. Time is ticking on. Where have we got to? We're talking about. Here we go. Mark Cousin said, if we win tonight, it will convince Levy we don't need to spend. That's another. It sounds ridiculous, but there's truth in it. I really do think there is truth in that. What happened when we were on top under Pochettino? We just needed those extra few signings. We could have won. We could have been taking the league title. We could have been winning other trophies as well. But because we were going well enough for Levy, foot off the accelerator. Is it going to be the same with this as well? Carl Simpson, we need to see today or tomorrow that we've had bids accepted for players
as well.
Yeah. A win tonight and a couple of bids accepted for players come tomorrow, and it's been a good night and it's been a good 24 hours. But can you see any of that happening? Because I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. I suppose all we can do in the meantime is just concentrate on the football for tonight.
Yeah.
Which case, let's look at rounding this up, shall we, Ben?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Right. So we were doing score predictions yesterday. Has anything changed from yesterday for you? Feeling any more or less confident?
I'll see what happens when I'll give my score prediction when we see the team. That will give the indication what the result's going to be.
That's true.
There might be a few surprises. Apparently, Dyer's not fit, but he might be fit.
I think I'm still going to go for us sort of battle into a 1-1. I think we'll play better, but at the end of the day, they've got all the squad depth they need to manage the game and just see themselves through. It'd be nice if we could beat them, but we're up against it. I think. Let's be honest. They're just a better side than us at the moment.
Yeah.
And Carl saying, "Great show, gents, as usual." Cheers, Carl. Right. We shall be on again tonight for a little watch along for a certain cup game, but there will be. I'm assuming it's going to be myself and Dermot. Certainly, Ben's going to be at the match.
Yeah.
Hopefully, our roving correspondent there.
Yeah.
Or if we're losing, he'll be our raving correspondent. And Phil is going to be joining us, I believe, but he might be late. Something along those lines. We'll see what else is happening there. Other than that, thank you all for joining us this morning. And we're going to see what we can get tonight. Take whatever we can get. If we get that win, might just get the season back on track. Until then, come on, you Spurs.